groups from the cultural build had like a ritual of retirement and gratefulness. And I think that gravity shouldn't be an exception, and that all things um, change. And like maybe, yeah, we are the last ones of the working groups, but we are also proud to see ourselves as a product and nothing. Um, I'll pass it to Bianca.
Thank you, Juan. Yeah, my intention here is very similar to Juan. It's really to be grateful for the TC, for the space, for everything that we built together, for the trust on the Gravity group. And yeah, my intention is to have like a transition that's easy, and always saying to the TC that you can count on us, that we are not leaving the TC. It's really like a transition. It's what one likes to say a lot. It's we're leaving the parents' house, but we're still their kid. And yeah, my distraction, um, I would say that I have no distractions right now. I'm fully present. I will pass it to Nate.
Thanks, Bianca. And I know Monka and Bianca, you guys have been doing an awesome job with Gravity, and I have no doubt you guys are going to make that into something special for this entire ecosystem. So congratulations on it, and keep up the good work. My intentions for this call are to just keep up with this agenda, talk a little bit about grants, kind of update everybody on the SBI if I get a moment, because I do think that we're just trying to capture a lot of momentum right now, which is really challenging but fun. So I'm looking forward to all the developments that are happening with a bunch of different groups. So yeah, my distractions are currently none. I dropped my kid off, and yeah, got the day free. So I will pass it over to Joseph.
Hi guys. My intentions for this week, I've got quite a few actually. I want to complete the comms report with regards to Twitter. So I finally got access to Twitter yesterday. So I was trying to crunch the numbers and work out. So hopefully before Thursday's meeting, I would have finished it, and then I probably might ask to like present like some overall findings of what I had to look at. Distractions, feeling sore from the gym. That's about it. I'll pass it back to you, Gideon, because I think has Bear gone already? No, I'll pass it on to Bear.
Thank you, Joseph. So my intentions, go through this exercise with Gravity. I think it's gonna be really, really meaningful, really important. It was one of the first working groups also where I contributed when I joined the TEC. So it's a special also for me, and I'm happy that they are growing and expanding into other things. So pretty exciting to do this. And distractions, nothing. I'm just having some breakfast. That's the only thing. So I'll pass it on to let me see. Good to meet you.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get my video on. So intention. So this is what you're proud of, what you've accomplished, and what you are thinking about in the current moment. Is that intentionality by your definition of your contributor meetings?
Yeah, it's just on this call. That's a really good question. Yeah, so on this call, like, what are you intending for this call, and then also what's distracting you from this call?
Okay. Okay. So for this call, my intention is to seek information about potential jobs in the crypto industry, because I want to quit my current job, and that's my intention of coming on this call. I decided to join when I have lunch in 20 minutes. So, yeah, I work at Bank of America. I have a pretty good life. I'm just curious to kind of find my opportunity to jump into crypto and find the right opportunity. So I wanted to jump in and let folks know that if they're looking for any token engineers, feel free to let me know. Or if they have any recommendations for how I can look for that, like a job list, would appreciate that. And yeah, that's my intention. So that's my intention. My distraction is being distracted um, by not worrying about getting a job soon. I think I should get a job soon somewhere else. So yeah, I don't know. That's basically it. I'm good, but yeah, for I definitely have to establish an intention and distraction before I join a call. So I like that it's being practiced as exercise to share what's on your mind. So I appreciate that. I appreciate this. Thank you.
Gideon, before you go, I've got some. If I'll probably drop you a few Discord names and a few links for crypto jobs, because there are a few DAOs or a few Discord communities that post Web3 crypto jobs like on a daily, whether you're a developer, token engineer, or whatever the case is. So I'll add you in and drop your DM after the meeting regarding that.
Okay. Great. Thank you. I just joined this Gravity Discord. Full disclosure, I do not know what Gravity is.
I'm gonna keep us moving on this
Yeah.
because we got a fair amount of stuff, but noted and cool. It's great to have you here and great to have you jumping into the Web3 space.
Great.
Isaac, do you want to go next?
Sure. Yeah. Intentions. Will primarily talk about the grants, which is coming closer by the second. I say this phrase every week. And also talk about the diversification specifically. Also, all the other topics I think are also really important, and I'll look forward to them. Distractions, nothing big. I have a bit of a cold, but that's that's fine. I'll pass it back to you.
Okay. Hey, Griff. We're doing intentions and distractions. You want to jump in?
Oh no, I just snuck in. Okay. Yeah, my intentions are just to catch up on the massive action. This TEC is moving too fast to keep up, so it's always good. Distraction, Common Stack is pushing. We're pushing. Getting funding for Refi DAO has been really difficult. So major pivots and challenges. So that's a big distraction today. I'll pass back to you, Gideon.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so my intentions are just making sure we're all in sync and ready to go because I'm Saturday morning, I'm out and I am super psyched. I'm basically going away for 2 weeks and you won't hear a peep from me because I won't be literally making any peeps. I just found out that this is a silent retreat. So my wife and I will be sharing a room and being silent with each other for 2 weeks. That'll be interesting. So anyway, so I just try to make sure that's my intention is just make sure we're all good and we're all lined up because there's a lot of stuff that's moving through. And distraction, nothing too bad. So let's just jump in with some quick updates. The proposal, the big TEC joint proposal with AI and like super cool stuff with the Gitcoin, blah, all that stuff is up for a vote. The link is in the here. I'm going to put the link to the doc in the chat here, just in case you haven't had a chance to vote on this. Say, here's the link. It's in that doc. Or actually, here I'll just put a link to the vote itself, make it simpler. Oh yeah, that's not it. Copy link. Okay, so that's that. I was thinking it'd be good to just, hey Bear, do you want to just do a quick mention of what you're thinking about for this survey? So folks know the team survey.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I don't know if probably people remember this post that we used to do with the sample working group, kind of like we were calling them like impact tracker, where we would share kind of like the progress of the team throughout the month, kind of like to remain accountable and to show progress and give some sort of update. So we're thinking on doing the same thing for the coordination team for the first season that just kind of like finished in March. And with that, one of the ideas was also is also to include a survey for the community to kind of like evaluate the performance of the team throughout this period. So the idea would be to have a list of statements, and you have a police poll for people to kind of like show some sentiment about the performance of the team in different areas. So I'm currently still working on it. Once I have something more ready, I'll probably share it with the team to get any feedback and hopefully have it posted soon. So that's kind of like the main idea.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Bear. Yeah, I mean, big theme. Basically not just transparency, but also accountability. So like that's been the big theme for this last season for the coordination team, and we just like want to make this like basically have a feedback loop so that we're getting feedback from the community. And welcome, Mitch. Good to see you. Do you want to? I noticed that you just posted the proposal up. Do you want to mention it?
Yeah, looks like it's already going to pass. That's great. Some whale just jumped in there and just loves Twitter, I guess. So that's set to pass in about 8 days. I'll start reaching out to, well, hopefully Maxwell's going to take over a lot of the project management of this, but I'll kind of liaison between Giveth and figure out when they'll have the resources and making sure we have it on time to start working on what we said we were going to do. So I think that's it. Does anybody have questions for me, I suppose?
Do you have like a? I know I'm sure it's in the forum post and I didn't read it, but what's the timeline look like? Do you think? Just like
We're hoping to get it done in 3 months.
And will there be like an early MVP at some point?
That will be the MVP
Ah, okay. 3 months till MVP.
for MVP.
Okay.
Yeah, and then depending, on the budget stuff, we'll shoot for post MVP features. Yeah.
And will it just be integrated into like any praise community's quantification?
That's the idea, is that it will just build into the normal flow. So we'll have, the praise data will be aggregated from Discord and from Twitter, and it'll just go into the same dashboard / database.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and if we build this, well, then we have a precedent, then we can start going after Lens, Farcaster, EPNS, and there's lots of great grants out there. But I think the important thing is for us to go to where the action is happening now, which unfortunately is Twitter. And then from there, once we have a good precedent, we build something that works, then we can start going after maybe these startup decentralized social media platforms.
Nice.
Any other questions or comments for Mitch? And Mitch, I think at one point it'd be great to just sync up, like, maybe like in May, early May or something, or mid-May or something like that, just to kind of talk about like praise and TEC and how all this stuff, like how does it actually fit with the kind of overall, like what we're trying to do around engagement. So that'd be cool to chat about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just a really cool distribution mechanism, and letting that distribution mechanism operate in more places, like effectively lets us get better feedback on like how we should be allocating tokens. If it's scoped within Discord, it's hard to get more feedback, but if it's scoped to more platforms, then we can get better feedback on how we should be distributing TEC to token engineers and like people who are doing work in the field, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying holistically it'd be good to just kind of think about how all of this fits together as we're like trying to like build engagement. But yeah. Okay. Well, and then last thing is, Nate, you want to just give a quick update on Discord, like the reorganizing of it?
Yeah, so we have built a proposal to change up the structure and form of our Discord. Currently going through feedback right now. I can post that in the coordination channel. But ultimately, we're trying to kind of simplify and get it less crowded, less busy, and kind of set up for the next steps with the Shelling Point Initiative and the interest and research groups that are forming. And so that's the big news right now. And I'll post that, and I would love to have anybody's feedback if you want to take a look at it. Do already have a lot of comments in there, so would love to hear from you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So the things for today are a ceremony, a little ceremony for gravity. Juanca's going to kind of like lead us through that process. Then we want to jump into the grants round and just some, like kind of what the next steps are and just making sure that we're all here because we're going to need some help on this one. And then finally, Isaac posted something up in the forum around basically diversifying into some ETH, maybe holding some ETH. So I'll let him, he can talk a little bit about that. So any other major things that we would be good to talk about today? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2.
One quick thing. Make sure you vote, even if you have just a few TEC tokens. Make sure you vote for, if you believe in them. Vote yes or no, either way. Vote yes or no on the DAO voting proposal for that 107. Right now, until we get to about 400,000 votes, there's still a chance that it doesn't pass. So, just consider. I mean, no one's voted no yet, but there are a few people who could vote no and veto it. And so the more tokens that get up there, because we have an 85% support required threshold, just like every little vote counts. So even if you're like, I only have a few TC, you never know. That could really matter. And so please go vote. Probably all you guys voted, but it's worth mentioning.
That's 107, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the 107.
Actually, Isaac, would you mind like putting a link in here to that?
I have it right here. I'm on the page,
Okay.
so.
Okay, that'd be great.
But and also, if you know any whales that you think will vote yes on it, please tell them to vote because they're I mean, I'll just be frank. Actually, the one whale dumped a bunch of TEC, and they still have enough to veto this proposal if they want. We would have to get 40,000 more. Oh, actually, it looks like some people voted. Wow, that worked. Thank you. And so it used to be 60,000. Now we only need 40,000 TEC more to make it so that the whale who dumps can't veto if they want. I don't know that they want to, but that's what it would take. Another 40,000.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Greg. All right, so Blanca, let's celebrate gravity.
Thank you. Thank you, Gideon. Thanks everyone that is in this call. Yeah, for me it's an honor, and I've been having like a lot of mixed feelings these past days because I've been like reviewing all the path, and it's beautiful. Like this is a project that I think that we are now on 2023, and I think it started late 2019. And like, yeah, seeing all the working groups, how they transitioned, and like, yeah, energy transforms. It just never gets like created or vanished. And I think it's a good moment for gravity to continue growing. And I think yeah, we are super grateful to this team, to the TC. And like yeah, we just think that it's a good step to give. But every time that we want to give a step, we also want to be like in gratitude and with the people. And yeah, I just wanted to have this space to nothing, to just say that I always keep in my heart and in my mind, yeah, the all the moments that we've lived together. I was talking with Nate about Kepler, and I remember when we heard that he was gonna be a dad. So it's just like seeing how we grow, and how we get to know each other. Also, like grief. I only have words of gratefulness, and to Gideon and to Livy and to Tam. Like one of the struggles that we've had in gravity is that we had so many like infrastructure in the TC, that we were like aligned with a synergy of so many people. And now that we are trying to grow as our own, we like are noticing how the contribution that everyone made was the things that made it so special. So yeah, I want to say I'm sorry if with my leadership or with my actions, in any kind, I've hurt any of you or any people in the TC. That our intentions are good, and we want just to carry a message of love and of non-violence. That please forgive me and forgive the team, because we're learning. And thank you, and I love you, and I will always love the TC and all the people involved, and all the people, because like we are having an amazing experience. And even from the mistakes we learn. So nothing, happy to try to give this new step. It's not gonna be easy, and we are not gonna like have everything solved. But that's part of growing, and we will need to find our own solutions and our own ideas, and always learning from the ecosystem. So yeah, those are my words. I don't know, Bianca, if you want to say something, or also other people in the call.
Thank you, Juan. Yeah, I got into the TC not knowing anything about anything. So it was really like a home for me. I want to be engaged and being around. So when I went to the Gravity, the second training was already happening, and I fell in love like first time. The mission of Gravity, the vision, has everything to do with what I like. So it was a learning process, and still is. I was a psychology student back then. Now I am a fully psychologist. So everything made sense, and it still makes sense. So I just I'm very grateful for the TC, for believing in gravity, for supporting us, funding us. The 2 grants that we got from the TC was really, really special, and we care about using it as smarter decisions that we can, and we took it very far. And yeah, just gratefulness for everything that the community has done. And yeah, we still want to be around, support, be involved with the TC activities, and just letting everybody know that you can count on us. We're still going to be active gravitons here. So yeah, any conflict, any mental health need, just yeah, count on us. We're happy and we love you.
That's really beautiful messages. Thank you both. Yeah, it's not gonna feel the same without you guys on the Discord, and hopefully you'll continue to show up at some meetings, from time to time. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just say, from the bottom of my heart, I hope that you guys continue to flourish, and this in this space, this stuff is definitely needed. Like, there's no hierarchy. There's none of this stuff that we've all like seen sort of work and sort of not work in the old world. So like, we need these new systems. So God bless you guys, and yeah, sending you off with lots of love. Let's say that. Anybody else have any thoughts they'd like to share? Wonka, do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, no. Maybe just to share some of that. I have like so many mixed feelings, and I am so happy to have also this space, and nothing, just gratefulness for the past years, for the future, and that also something that we value a lot from the TC is that yeah, the funding is something that has got us to where we are, and also that still we still keep for our future operations, and that in this new transition we are hoping to be able to improve our capacity to seek funds outside of the TC. Actually, that's something I admire from Giveth, and they are doing amazingly. So just trying to learn from them and to try to be able to really not only create value, but being able to make it visible and recognizable for the work that we are doing. So it's just the people that is here and the ones that are missing, all the stewards. This has been like one of the best like opportunities and periods in my life.
Yeah, I'll just add, it's not a commons without conflict resolution, and at least it can't be a successful one. And the work that you guys have done, especially in the course, I think has had a lot of ripple effects that we could never really know. And that this is the interesting thing of what you just said, actually, is like, how do we make it more verifiable, the impact and stuff. But there is absolutely an impact of like strength in communities because of Gravity DAO's work. So I'm just really, I think I'm proud that it came out of TEC, and Wonka and Bianca, you guys have done a great job at stewarding Gravity DAO to be where it is today. So like, yeah, thank you guys so much. And I think it's amazing the TEC has projects spinning out and spinning into it. It's wild. So yeah, I think this is like a feather in the cap of the TEC. Absolutely. So thank you, Wonka. Thank you, Val.
Yeah, I just want to add to that because I do want to share kind of a personal testimony that, you know, like when I was getting frustrated, I remember Bianca coming to me and being very persistent, but like on my own time to have a conversation with me and really going by the book on how to deal with conflict resolution and just talking to me through it and saying, you know, here's the perspective, you know, and just letting me have that space. It was just truly amazing. And she really put a lot of things in perspective. And I really appreciate the professionalism you showed in doing that. And I think that, you know, when it comes to conflict resolution and making sure that mental health is a priority in this space, you guys have done an amazing job in so many different areas. And I can't wait to see how you guys continue to impact the ecosystem. So just congratulations, and you guys deserve everything that's coming for you. So thank you guys.
Whew. Okay. Wow. Before we move on, is there anybody else who would like to add anything? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Well, yeah, that's really sweet. All right. So, wow, I can actually feel that. Yeah, I got it. Hold on just a second. Give me a second. Yeah. Yeah, good luck, you guys. That's really, this is a big day, actually. It's important to recognize it. All right, Isaac, would you like to walk us through what's happening with the public goods, the TE public goods grant round?
Yes, sure. Okay. So we are pretty much ready. I'm about to schedule one call with one of the folks at Gitcoin just so that they, you know, walk me through the platform again. And we have also, let me, once really intended to be shared around, but I'll just share this, which has a bunch of information about the criteria and all of that. We're going to go through the criteria in a second. And so, yeah, the idea is that now, once I finish all the documentation, I'm going to focus 100% on communications and outreach. You know, I'm going to be asking you, Griff, and some other folks to, you know, help us share all the information. There's also, let me share this other link here. This is unfinished too, but that last one. Well, one second. I'll just share screen. What am I doing? Just sharing links around. Cool. Can you see the screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So there's this one guide. the information to go stuff is in any topic.
Your audio's
right
breaking
now.
up a little bit.
On the but that one like to
No, software engineering or something? No, I don't know. In the field of economics? Wait, economics and systems design in the field of maybe just in crypto? Get rid of the field of? With cryptocurrencies, maybe instead of in crypto, with cryptocurrencies, or with crypto. Sure.
yeah, this is the trickiest part because I think it's important that we have a definition for token engineering, but again, the definition everyone has a different definition, so I may just look up someone from the academy, I don't know, on the course or on one of Sargon's paper and kind of go with it, but
Yeah, it's a tough one. We have not found like one standard definition. Actually, this is one of the things that we're hoping for out of the stakeholder research that Libby is leading. This is like the number one thing is how do we define this? So for now, I think we need just something simple, but okay, let's not get too stuck on this right here, right now.
Yeah.
But does anybody else have any like simple suggestions for that?
Yeah, I always have in mind these foundations of crypto economic systems paper. So I don't know of not crypto, but crypto economies or crypto economic systems.
Mm-hmm.
That article I read it and I love it because it has like the flower, but there's this detail that it doesn't say crypto, it says crypto in the flower. It's missing the R in the flower. Then there is the new design with colors, but in that one it says crypto.
Yeah, I agree. Crypto economic systems is such a great phrase. But yeah.
yeah, the other thing is that I think we have to be more specific in what is that we do with crypto economic systems. So token engineering is, well, we can probably say the design, validation, the process of design and validation, or the discipline of crypto economic systems. I don't know. We can work around that, but I think this works.
Okay.
Anything else?
I have a question regarding the eligibility requirements and reviewing some of these proposals that come in. I'm more focused on kind of this process where is this going to be like you judging this, or should we have some type of committee that actually does it so we're not having some type of kind of avoiding any type of conflict? I know that there's an appeals process built in, but
Yeah.
are we going to have
So
a committee?
this is something we're going to talk on Thursday, but I'm hoping to get 2 or 3 people to review grants. Those who are, I don't know, obvious or easy are going to be, we can work on that ourselves. The 2 or 3 people. For those that are a bit more tricky, we can probably have like an advisory committee. Maybe like have a private chat with Griff and Jeff and Tom and all of that, just for them to quickly check them up. And then there's a whole dispute process for to solve resolutions for those grants that are hard, or that we aren't sure, or that they want to formally file a dispute because they think they are fit for the round, yada yada yada. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yep.
And
Um,
can I just
Yep.
jump in real quick because this is one of the items that we had in here as a placeholder. April 18th. I mean, I won't be here, but April 18th. On this call. So 2 weeks from now, we've got just a placeholder space to do that. So Griff and we'll try to get Tam and maybe bring some others there. as a backup, just as like if you could just hold that date, and we can use it if need be for like tricky grant applications, or Isaac will come with like an alternative process that may be more async. So that's what we're thinking for those edge cases.
Anything else about requirements? If not, we can move on very quickly onto not permitted stuff. 5, 4.
Yeah, I don't know if it's probably included in not permitted or if it should be part of the requirements. This idea that we've been talking about for a couple of weeks of organizations or groups of people submitting more than one grant application per team, per group. I don't know if that should be included as part of the requirements, or if you've have different thoughts on that, or how is that going?
Yeah, that's included and not permitted right now. Maybe we can make a quick line on requirements, just that whoever is reviewing them is make sure, because not permitted is a bit longer. But yeah, right now it's here on not permitted. Well, cool. So let's move on to this one. Not permitted, it's pretty standard. This is actually the whole not permitted section is copied from Gitcoins, except from 1 or 2 points. So, hateful content, racist, sexist, etc., deceiving users. So grants that may imply or that, inside wrongful information or consequences, falsification of projects or encouraging civil attacks, yada yada. More than one grant per project. No one should float around with grants of its own. Projects must be intentional with what they wish to accomplish with a single grant. Exceptions apply, like when multiple projects get together to collaborate on a specific effort. This one is, for example, I'm planning to have to put also some examples in here, but I don't know. I remember Aragon, One Hive, and Commons Stack had one single grant for conviction voting research, but also got One Hive and Commons Stack had separate grants, and I think that's totally fine because it was very specific in a completely separate project. Then there's fraud and impersonation, quid pro quo and bribery, advertising, well-capitalized projects. So this is one open question. I don't know if 500K is too much or too little. We'll see what everyone thinks. Then there's also grantees cannot be subject to sanctions, or funding cannot be used in violation of laws, rules, or regulations. And grants must have a GitHub or Twitter account, sort of, I guess more than anything, just to confirm that they actually exist. But yep. Cool. So I'll just open it up again. Any comments about this? How does this look? Anything we should add or remove? Okay.
In terms of the external funding, how can we make sure of that that they haven't been funded by someone else before, or that they have funds? Is there like a process to know that?
That's a good question. I haven't thought of a process itself, but I guess at least for this first round, it's a lot of intuition. So like, I don't know if Safe or Gnosis would go to apply. We obviously know they have a bunch of money. So yeah, maybe we can work on some quick process just to check that. It's going to be impossible for most projects because it's hard to just know when, how, and if they had funding. But this is at least a good catch or a good backup for those projects that are immensely big that we shouldn't allow them here, at least.
Yeah, I look at it as more kind of a signaling saying, if you are these projects, kindly please don't apply. And if they, adhere to it, then great. But if not, then, that's just something we have to deal with.
Now, that said, 500K, I think is probably much for most of the projects that would be in the tech engineering field. So maybe that's something we want to lower, or maybe we just keep it at that, or I don't know if 500K is not that much. I don't know. This is 500K is what Gitgreen had, so unless there's any opinions, I'm cool with going with that.
I think it's a good number.
Okay, cool. Cool. Let me see what else we have to talk about. One second.
Do you want to pop in just because I've got the agenda?
Yeah,
up? So
please.
the other two were outreach. So outreach assistance, like what your next steps are, and then the selection process. But we already did that. So really just outreach.
Okay. Let me change screen then. So well, I'll just stop sharing. Doesn't matter.
And Isaac, we've got 3 minutes, so you got to keep it quick.
Yeah. Well, like I said at the beginning, I'm finishing to start doing the outreach. I have to first confirm dates again with Connor, because they said they were going to announce the rounds yesterday and they didn't, so I have to just check again on that just to make sure we are online. And then I have to finish the document, which is pretty much done, but I just have to complete it. So after I have that, I'm going to send over here in the coordination channel, but also privately to Griff, to Tom, to Livy, to everyone, like a small package with the link to the guide and maybe one block of text to send over to folks that may be interested, to contacts that you guys are comfortable with talking. And we're just going to be around and sharing information. I'll do it one by one so that we don't double message people. And I'll keep track of everyone we have reached out to on the spreadsheet I shared last week, and I'm going to post here the link again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if there's any comments about that, but
Anybody have any thoughts for Isaac on this? And Isaac, maybe you can just, if people have thoughts, do you want them to just reach out to you directly or put it in coordinators channel? What would you like?
yeah, both work. Just send me a DM or in the coordinations channel, ping me. However you like best, just ping me.
Okay. All right, everybody. So we didn't have time for the ETH diversification post. There's a post that Isaac put up in the forum that explains what he's talking about. We don't have time to go into it today, but you can take a look at it there. And with that, we'll wrap up. And yeah, sending lots of love to the Gravity team. And we'll see you all. Well, I'll see some of you on Thursday, and then for the rest of you, see you in like 3 weeks or something like that.
Have a great time out there, man.
Thank you, no, and I mean, I will continue contributing to the TC. It's just one click away.
Thank you all for the love, all the support.
Thanks everyone. Good luck.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
Panka and
I
all
see you
the
around.
team. Bye.
AI April. Make sure to join AI April. Okay,
Can you
bye.
post that document again, Griff?
Griff, you should put the link in the announce channel if you want.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, I want to give you guys a chance to sign up before I go wider, but I'll put it in the announce channel. I guess I'll put it in the announce channel. Technically, signups were supposed to happen yesterday. So, but yeah, it's going to spread wider. So signups will end up like going away. But okay, bye everyone.
Bye. See you, everybody.
See ya.